we just dumped out of the guy's name because again we don't have proof of that. So
yeah, you can't just throw stuff out there like that unless you
it's just,
know it to be true. So
whatever, it doesn't matter what went down. The bottom line is we got to get along, raise a kid, and
right.
We're just not married anymore.
Can you be civil when you see each other?
Yeah, we're civil.
Okay.
Yeah.
Friendly?
It took a while. No, I mean, it took a while, because you got to hash through the divorce stuff and all that and get everything,
right?
The custody and all that stuff out. But, we worked it out and,
So you're not going to have the kid in the middle or any of that shit?
No. He's happy.
I hate when couples do that. But then again, I'm not. Then again, I'm not in their situations. But it always that's what makes it really sad when I see that shit go down.
No, I always got advice like don't badmouth the other in front of your kid, and she's not doing that. I'm not doing that. We're both doing a good job. She's doing a great job of not, messing with the kid, and I'm doing a good job too. So that's the only thing you could do.
Jay in Fort Wayne. I've hung out with Florentine, and he is the most loyal husband. Clinton, Alabama. You should hang out at Applebee's on a Friday night. Great place to pick up chicks.
He's right.
These guys listen to the show. Another guy, Applebee's equals chicks.
Well, on the road, I'm telling you, that's the place to go because it's right outside the hotel, and all the locals go there. Or the wait staff from the comedy club always goes to an Applebee's or Fridays to go for drinks.
Neighborhood bar and grill.
Right.
Would you go on a dating website?
Well, I've been Tinder. Everyone's telling me to join Tinder and all this other stuff.
That's flaky. Tinder's a little bit. I'm on it. It's a little flaky. A little flaky.
I'm gonna have to get back out there. Absolutely. I mean,
Let's come up with a fucking profile when we come back for Jim.
It's gonna have to. I mean, it's been a while. I haven't been with another chick in 5.5 years now.
Wow. Oh, man.
Somewhere around there.
You're gonna lose your
first one's gonna be awful.
You're gonna lose your.
It's gonna be fucking horrendous. I'm just putting that out there right now.
You're gonna lose your juice very early. Oh God,
it's gonna be bad. I'm putting fucking 3 bags on so I don't feel anything.
It's gonna be so embarrassing.
I know.
Sorry.
I might just get a hooker the first one. Just get that one out of the way.
That's what I said 22 years ago.
Maybe I won't go down that road then.
Well, we're here for you, buddy. Anything else you want to say about it? Or?
No, look, man, I'm not going to say anything, bad, whatever. Shit happens. You move on.
Florentine is a true professional because, as most know, he's been really doing the show on a regular basis for the last almost year. And, wow, he was telling us all this stuff behind the scenes, and you could see it in his face.
I know. I remember I came in here one morning, and you were like, "Dude, what the fuck's going on?"
Yeah, it was killing you. It was so obvious.
I didn't sleep more than 5 hours for 5 straight weeks. There was not one night.
And lost to 22 pounds.
22 pounds.
There was like a distance in your eyes. I was like really worried about you, and then when I heard what it was, I'm like, okay, he'll get over that at least. Thank God.
Yeah.
Eventually, but and then to just continue to perform. That's pretty amazing because.
Well, the first
did you have a major distraction?
The first month I couldn't come up with any material at all, so I would just do the greatest hits, like my best stuff.
Yeah.
Over the last 10 years that I wrote, because that's the only thing I could do.
Right. So the people going, why was it only a 10-minute set?
You can always count on your friends. In your time of need.
I set it up. That's perfect.
Your time of need, your pals are always there for you. It's really funny.
But then, eventually you get that blockage goes away, and then you just, the floodgates are open. So I started writing again, but it was tough.
Good. Ed, in Philly, when your wife cheats, do you still get fucked over on the settlement? I can answer for most people, maybe not for Florentine, but yeah, they do. We've heard the stories over the years. Guys just doing the right thing, and it's the wife that cheats. But man, when you get into that court system, they always look to take care of the.
It doesn't matter
the woman
what
over the man in most cases. Every once in a while, we'll get a lady going, well, I was the one that got screwed, but that is so fucking rare in the 20 years that we've been talking about this shit on the radio.
Basically, with divorce, it doesn't matter what your significant other was doing. If there's domestic violence, then there's a case there. But if it's cheating, whatever, verbal abuse, it doesn't matter. They take all the emotion out. It's whatever. If you have a prenup or whatever's in there, you get this. They do the child support. It doesn't matter if the husband was mean, if the wife was mean, if she cheated with her brother. They take all that shit out. Doesn't mean anything unless that's in the prenup. Like there's a thing, if someone cheated or something like that. Then
right.
But other than that, they don't give a fuck. If your wife is doing porno
right.
and you caught her
right.
and divorced her, you're not going to get anything more. Man, it looks like it should be. And then with the child support, with women working now, it's basically they do it on salary. Whatever she makes, whatever you make, and it depends on sleepovers, like how many times you have your kids sleeping over.
So the guy's not getting as fucked these days?
Not at all. Not at all.
It's getting a little better?
Look at Halle Berry's fucking going crazy because she has to give her ex-husband all this child support because she makes a ton of money.
Wow.
It's all, the women are making more money than the guys now, so the women are paying child support.
What does he do, her ex-husband?
He's like a singer, like a wannabe singer, I think, or something like that.
He does all right for himself, but
right,
not,
but
not,
no, so
not
Halle
her
Berry,
numbers.
she's crying every day. Why do I have to? Yeah, well, that's what the fucking guys have been doing for years.
Yeah, the guys have been getting fucked in divorce cases forever.
All they do is a calculator. They do it on your taxes. You go in there, they do it on a calculator.
You sure that's happening?
Absolutely.
So guys,
I just went through it. Yeah. So you get, and it all depends on how many times you have your kid.
Right.
Like we have joint custody, 50%. If you only have them every other weekend and on a Tuesday, you're going to pay a lot more.
Me and Anthony have joint custody over Jimmy. It's working out nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
yes.
Who gets them on the week? You get them every other weekend?
Every other weekend? Yeah, Jimmy.
Put him in his little car seat. Take him out to the fucking Hamptons with his little juice box.
I should do that one day. Do the handoff next time you do a show. I'll drive out there and go, okay.
Yeah, here you go.
He's safe now. Run across the
That
lawn.
big funny. You drop him off in front of Anthony's house. Now, do you go in? You know, because sometimes that's always the thing. Do you let your ex in?
We'll be cordial on the front lawn.
Maybe
okay.
just wave from the
we'll
driveway.
wave,
Anthony always waves from the front window.
Or Anthony comes out and takes Jim out of his car seat.
I'll wait for Jim to be safely in the compound, and then I know I'm okay to leave.
And then whenever he picks me up, he'll start asking questions like, so was he drinking soda?
Yeah, now when you go pick up Jim, do you come in the house? No, come on in, and you stand there and
I think eventually I'll come in the house and get Jimmy. Yes,
because you know you're gonna quit.
I don't think we're there yet, but eventually I will.
Yeah, you'll go in the house.
Go in and maybe have a cup of coffee and just have some small talk in the kitchen while Jimmy gets his belongings together. I think I could do that.
Are you guys at the point where you could pull up to the driveway and there won't be any domestic violence incident where there might be screaming and yelling as you're bringing Jim there?
Yeah, no, it'd be.
They never yell in front of me. They always know it bothers me.
They do.
Yes. Why are mommy and daddy on that stupid social media site?
We've yelled in front of Jimmy.
Yes, you have.
Oh boy, have we.
And but once in a while, I'm hoping that one day I'll be downstairs getting my stuff, and then mommy and daddy will be talking upstairs. That old chemistry will kick in, and then I'll walk in. I'll go, "Oh my god, I can't believe mommy has her nose in daddy's ass." He's been sitting for hours. Why is mommy licking back there?
Do you ever hope that some point mommy and daddy and you can go to lunch like in the old days or dinner and sit there as a family?
Days, I don't think mommy and daddy and me ever ate together. No.
Long time.
Yeah, I think no.
Fucking time.
That would be nice.
Yeah,
that would be nice, right?
It would be.
That would be all right.
Be a nice little lunch.
All right, look, we have Bob Saget outside the studio, so we certainly could continue to talk about all this stuff after the break with Bobby. All right. Anything?
Is he divorced, Bob, or no?
Yeah. So we'll get him in on this one. But I wanted Florentine to have the have his time without anyone else in here. So Saget's been sitting out there for like 15, 20 minutes. But I'll explain it to him. He'll be fine. Anything else you want to say? Because I want to make sure you get your side of this out as much as you want to say.
I don't want any of it out. I was just going to say, I got divorced because it was out there. TMZ picked it up, so you got to acknowledge it.
Right.
And you just move on.
You'll be all right, brother.
Yeah.
You'll be all right.
I can't wait to hang out with Sam now. Maybe we'll go to Applebee's.
Yeah, and I told you
onto something.
They just put a TGI Fridays by me, so.
Were you at the grand opening?
I didn't make it out for the grand opening. No, I was at B-Dubs that night.
Oh, you'll be working there soon.
Florentine in studio. What do we got going on? Uncle Vinny's coming around the corner, April
24, 25.
25.
And then I'm coming to Indianapolis, Dayton, Ohio, and Louisville, Kentucky at the end of the month. Go to JimFlorentine.com. New podcast up today, too.
And the numbers are great for you on the road, I hear.
You're doing great.
I hear they've gone up, which is very nice to hear for our pal Florentine. And Jimmy's going to be in Rochester at the end of the month.
Yes.
Some other places.
Yeah.
Go to JimNorton.com, I guess, right? All right. We got Bob Saget a little later on, Ron White, and Vic Henley. Stay there.
The show will be right back. Sirius 206, XM 103.
Anybody got diarrhea? You eat Mexican food and the next day you have yoo-hoo rocketing out of your asshole. The yoo-hoo is rocketing. Hallelujah. I fucking love Mexican food, but that shit'll fuck you up, man. One time I ate a 7-Eleven burrito. The next day I shit a road flare. State troopers came to the house and everything. You know when you order a burrito and they give you sour cream? You know what that's for? That's to rub on your asshole the next day. You gotta cool off that leather Cheerio. You know, faggots get turned on when I say that. They go, sour cream on the asshole. Check, please. I gotta suck someone's cock. Unfucking. Call him gay, all right? Not fag. Call him gay. It's insulting. What do you have against homosexuals? I don't understand faggots. I mean, for a group of people that can't multiply, where the fuck are they all coming from? I just took the AIDS test. I got a 74. Is that good? Stop it. Something funny about that terrible thing. I know AIDS sucks. Some faggot fucked a monkey. Now I can't shoot heroin with my friends anymore. This sucks. All right. Look, they're going to find a cure. I swear to God. Now, you know what's going to happen? Another disease will come along. It'll be so fucked up, it'll make AIDS look like a paper cut. You know what it's going to be? Every time a guy has an orgasm, the head of his cock is going to shoot off like a fucking champagne cork. Picture, then you got to find your dick afterwards. Honey, my cock is under your radiator. Get a stick. I can see it. It looks like a pink fireman's hat. Get a stick out of there. Hey, there's 2 cocks under there. What's going on? Let's do it. There's a black cock under the couch, too. Leave it there. The cat will get it.
This.
Hey, this is Dr. Steve from Weird Medicine with another Dr. Steve Medical Minute.
Hey, Dr. Steve. My hair's getting a little thin on top, and I heard a commercial for biotin, I think it is, some kind of supplement. Is that going to help?
Biotin is a water-soluble B vitamin that is involved in the manufacture of fatty acids and energy. Some people have biotin deficiency, which causes, among other things, hair loss. The supplement industry figures, well, since people with biotin deficiency regrow their hair after taking biotin, it must work for everyone else. I can't find a single study in the medical literature that shows that biotin improves hair growth in otherwise normal individuals. So let's look at some things that may help. Minoxidil was sold as a blood pressure medicine until one day some genius noticed that it stimulated hair growth in some men with male pattern baldness or baldness on the top of their head. This is now sold over the counter as Rogaine and can be found in the generic aisle as well. It's so cheap now you can buy a 6-month supply on Amazon for around $25. Around 30 to 50% of users will claim a noticeable hair growth with this preparation. Propecia is another drug. This one in pill form for hair loss and has some significant success in clinical studies. Since most hair loss is a product of testosterone exposure, Propecia blocks the activity of testosterone at the cellular level and allows hair follicles to regrow. This one is prescription only, as there is some potential for sexual and other adverse effects. Another treatment is what I like to call the Kumia option. Get hair transplanted from the back of your head to the top. You can call them follicles, but we all know they're tiny, tiny hair plugs. For the money you'll spend on this therapy, you can call them whatever you like. Be sure to check out Weird Medicine, Saturdays at 10 p.m. Eastern.
Fluid. This is Opie Radio. The show is back.
Little Otto and George in there. It was a year ago.
A year ago today.
That Jim Norton broke the news live on the show.
I couldn't believe it's been that. Jim called me. Florentine called me. That's
Right.
what I knew. I couldn't believe it was a year ago.
He is missed. I'll tell you right the fuck now, man.
Me and my son are going to go over and visit his girlfriend Trish today.
How's she doing?
I don't, not great.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're going to go over there today. He's still got, he had that little dog Dell,
Right.
little Yorkie. So I'll bring my little gay Yorkie over. They play together.
And they'll queer out? I mean,
Yeah, they run around and,
sniff each other?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Where's George? What'd they do with him?
I don't know.
Copperfield? Copperfield has the other one. I don't know. I'm guessing
I
it's
mean,
family.
Howdy Doody. He has
George, too.
He has
everything.
He's obsessed with Otto and George.
Oh, man.
He has a whole museum.
Yeah, I didn't know he had.
George. He had one of George. Not this last one, I think, but one of the older ones he has.
Right. There's a video online where he takes Otto through his museum of puppets. There's a whole puppet section.
I would actually love to go see that. I'd love to go see George.
Yeah. I think Copperfield likes us. I think next time we're in L.A.,
Maybe,
we
yeah.
could maybe knock on his door.
Vegas.
Oh yeah,
He's in Vegas.
He always hooks me up when I go out there, Copperfield.
Does he really?
Yeah.
So you know him as well?
Yeah, he came to one of my comedy shows one time.
He loves comedy.
Loves it.
Yeah,
You
he
saw him-
showed me his Howdy Doody. I mean, then he said he had 3 of them, which is amazing. I mean,
He collects them. He's a collector of those.
Very well made puppet.
Where does
Yeah.
he live? L.A. or Vegas?
I think
It is
Vegas. I saw him in L.A.
What an odd thing to collect, like ventriloquist puppets. He has some really rare ones, I think, too.
Yeah, he's got the biggies. I want to go to his island.
Really, but that's just for girls he takes there. So you want to do that when he does it?
not
I'll go with them.
necessarily, But
Yeah.
He makes them all disappear.
I want to check out his island. He just buys an island and makes it into something amazing.
His show was. I'm not a big magic guy, but his show was fucking incredible.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's really good. You should go see it when you're out in Vegas.
I had problems with some of his shadowing in one of his bits. It drove me insane.
He'll
The one with the beach, and then I could see the shadows with the tree were moving. So I noticed that he was filming this all day, but it made it look like it was all right there happening. It bothered me.
You got to let that stuff go.
I know I do.
Yeah, it's a magic trick.
I know. I understand. But it was palm trees. It was tropical. And then I saw that the one tree was making a shadow like let's say 11 o'clock. And then a little later in the bit when he came back to him live on stage, and then he had to go back out there. Now that the tree shadow was, let's say, 1 o'clock.
What are you, Martin Scorsese? You fucking looking for continuity?
Exactly.
Let it go.
Well, you know, Oswald was holding the flyer in the picture, and it looks like it was taken in the afternoon.
Well, how about go? All right, look, I know the shadow with this tree is going to move around a little bit, so maybe we say cut for the day, and we'll pick it up at 11 o'clock the next
Bob,
day.
you've directed before. Does that stuff bother you? I mean, do you really look for that? And is it a
Continuity.
problem?
It's always drove me
you want
nuts.
stuff to match, but if you're looking at a Burt Wonderstone type of thing, you kind of just let it go, you know.
But in all fairness, the rest of his show was terrific. The Florentine, okay.
All right, absolutely.
He's
that bothered you. That bothered you.
Well, I mean, the trick started at noon, and
Well,
then
you don't have to
the sun. I think the sun was setting. I'm like, you can't have the sun setting if you want everyone to think it was noon when you started this thing.
Right.
So, good morning, Bob Saget.
Good morning.
How are you, buddy?
I'm really good. I just got in last night,
Yeah.
so I came here, and nothing is really annoying. It's beautiful.
What do you mean?
Weather's here.
Oh, you're lucky.
No major news stories. We just,
What do you mean, no major news stories?
Hillary every 4 days has
Do you think
decided she's going to run.
You think she's got a shot at this?
I think she does.
Yeah.
I think she's going to announce again tomorrow. I think she's going to announce
Just keep
every day this
announcing
week. Yeah.
and putting out social media videos.
Yeah,
Yeah.
68-year-old woman. I mean, that's who I relate to anyway, so I'm really happy. It'd be nice to have one of my own in there, finally.
But have you ever had a relationship with a woman that old, Jim?
No, not even a
What about a
friendship.
man?
I've had a couple I questioned. No. I never date older women, ever. And by older, I mean anyone over 26.
Have you honestly never dated anyone over 26?
No, I have, but I've never anyone older than me or in my age at all.
I see.
Your whole life?
No, back when I was younger, maybe in the same age, but not really. Always a little younger, a couple of years. Doesn't
Why
have to
do
be
you
a
think
lot.
that is? It's don't.
I'll tell you
Don't
why.
like that newer skin, or
No, I'm afraid of dying. I don't want to die. And when someone's older than me, I don't want to grow old with someone. I like someone's youth. It makes me feel like I'm a little bit younger just by being next to them.
I understand that.
crazy.
I mean, it's like you suck their essence.
Yeah.
Well, and we never
Like with
grew
their
up.
asshole. Yeah.
We also never grew up.
Yeah.
This isn't growing up. This is nonsense. We're still in the stage of nonsense.
But then when they act out or do
this
whatever,
is-
you're like, all right, well, I did that at 26. I could see where she's coming
Right.
from. It's annoying. You're like, I wish she wouldn't be like that, but I did the same shit.
Yeah.
But then you meet wonderful people as you get older. I mean, I'm way into my 50s. I'm in my 80s. But you meet a woman that's like, 50, 60 years old, and that she thinks that I'm the perfect guy for her. And then her daughter comes over, and then she wants to date me. And then they don't like each other anyway because the mother's nose has fallen off because one of the Botox didn't
Right.
work. And then it's just weird because I feel bad. You feel bad for people that everybody's lonely. Everybody wants somebody.
How old do you date? You're in your 50s. How old a woman do you look for?
Well, I have a girlfriend now, and she is, as I've been saying, she's well into her 30s by months.
Was that the one you were last time talking about? Nice.
Yes.
Good
yes.
for you.
We went to lunch, but
yes, we did.
I spoke of her and showed you photos, I think.
I took you to my favorite breakfast place with my favorite waiter.
That is a questioning.
Well, it's Jimmy knows the guy too.
Yeah, he's awesome. He's my hero.
He has the worst hairpiece ever.
Yeah,
and he don't give a fuck about it.
No, he just loves old New York stuff.
Yeah,
New York showbiz or whatever it is, or the New York women that come in there, and
he owns that hair. He fucking he don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
but it's hard not to stare at.
Years from now, when he's gone, his hair will live on.
Right. I'll have to show Florentine the picture. I think I got it in my phone somewhere. But
it's an abomination.
He's a treat. Where are you playing this week, Bob?
Thursday, I am at the Best Buy Theater in Times Square, which used to be like one of the other theaters, like one of the Broadway theaters. But it's, I don't know which one it used to be because I'm stupid. But it's a 2,000-seat thing. And 16 is the legal age to get in to see my show, so I would imagine some tits are going to be getting flashed at me. That's what happens to you when you were on a sitcom 30 years ago. The granddaughters that watched it will flash their titties, as I'm told they're called.
Their titties.
And then the next day I'm doing Westbury Music Fair, which has a bank title to it now, so it can't just launch off into space. It has there's a bank attached.
Yeah, they changed the name of that joint.
You doing in the round?
That's always the thing. I don't know. I always assume they're going to drape it off and put it over the Muslims that come see me, just to drape. But
I prefer the drape.
I like
That's what I tell myself.
Because then right. I really like that. I don't have to turn all the way around. You know how Louis did on his special. He shot
so
24
dizzy
in a
you'd
row.
get.
Right.
Please don't turn on that record player thing and make me run.
Yeah.
But then I'm going to my hometown Philly on what day? Saturday. I'm playing the Theater of the Living Arts for 2 shows.
That's a good place.
Doing well.
It is a nice place.
Saget. Doing well.
And I'm doing well till I'd say this. My last date is Bethlehem, the Sands Casino in Bethlehem.
That's a good gig. I've done that.
It is
one.
a good gig.
Yeah.
But it's still, it's Bethlehem, and this is the United States of America.
Right.
There's a lot of seats there. I've done it with other people. They asked me to do it again. I'm like, no, I can't sell it.
Well, you could do it with a couple other people.
I'm tired of doing shit with other people. Fuck other people.
Go by yourself.
I literally rather just do a comedy club by myself. Accept my mediocrity.
But what if you get out there and tell them I hate you fucking people? I think everybody will be compelled to watch that.
Well, it'd be a matter of getting them in there. It's what happens when I'm on stage. I'm not worried about it. It's getting them in there.
Yeah.
Selling tickets.
What's going on with Full House? Let's get this over.
It was canceled a long time ago.
Well, are they bringing
Jim's
it back?
Right up on it. They want to bring it back. I was told they wanted to bring it back. I guess Netflix wanted to do it, and so I don't know much about it. Agents and managers are talking, and it's not just about money. I never thought at this time in my life. I was here. I was a comic. I was what anybody would call, I guess, edgy comic, which is just bullshit. I just did what I thought was funny, and it was immature.
You were always a blue comic.
I guess.
You had some blue in your act, we should say.
I had some blue. I was just stupid and talked fast, that's all. But I'd like dick jokes, so I did them.
Right.
Because I thought they helped the world.
Right.
And then I got the Full House, and then everybody was like, how can he talk dirty and then it was how can he be dirty after he's done Full House? So now they want to bring it back, and I think the way that it'll work would be if they pay tribute to what now we were calling the cast. Stamos and I are talking the legacy. We must protect the legacy. So it's a legacy for people that because there was little kids watching that show.
It's on all the time.
So I don't want to spew all over it, I don't want to do that. But if they wrote something really great and it made a lot of sense, and then the 3 kids that grew up, Candace, Jody, and Andrea Barber, Kimmy Gibbler, but it's like bringing Happy Days back. How are you going to do that,
But I heard the rest of the cast is kind of into it.
They are.
You're the holdout.
No.
You're kind of the holdout.
No.
They're looking at you like, come on,
there's
Bob.
a few holdouts.
We got mortgages to pay.
Are the Olsons going to be involved?
I have no idea, and I don't know.
Becky was never contacted, E-Rock? E-Rock knows more about this.
I think she was contacted.
Yeah.
There's articles stating that she hadn't heard about it until the release that Netflix was going to do it. Nobody contacted her about it.
Yeah, I believe that. Nobody contacted anybody, and then TMZ tells you about it when you go to dinner.
All right, they can put
Jim, it's the most boring thing in the world to hear about, isn't it? Did you ever watch it?
What?
Full House.
Yeah, I watched it. Yeah.
Did you watch it alone?
I can't remember. Probably. Is that wrong?
If you couldn't come watching Wonderama.
But do you still get people coming to the show that don't know your act?
Oh,
and
yeah.
walking out? You still get that at this
much
point?
anymore.
No?
Last time you saw me at Westbury, like 10 years ago, I think.
Was that 10 years ago already?
Something
I've
crazy.
told the story a few times. I went to see Bob Saget at Westbury Music Fair, and it was in the round, and I decided to sit close for that show. I really wanted to check it out. And people were leaving the show.
They were?
Yeah, because they thought it was Bob Saget from Full House.
I love that.
And they didn't realize that, like you said, before you got Full House, you were absolutely let's just call it an edgy comic. Edgy comic, then you were wholesome, and then you went back to stand-up, and everyone's thinking they're going to see the Full House guy, and he's talking about pretty much shoving things in grandma's ass or whatever the hell it was. Or maybe you didn't go that far.
Mostly about my penis and then a lot of fecal matter.
Yeah.
And stuff that matters to me.
And
Of course.
And a few people walked out. I mean, there were people there with young.
There weren't droves of.
No, not at all.
Not only that,
the point is,
there were Siamese twins walking out. They had one goes, the other has to go.
They walked out because they thought they were seeing a different guy. Just not a lot of.
Did that happen, Bob, in the beginning, though, with a club or a theater?
Was,
right. In the
at the time I was doing both America's Funniest Videos and Full House, I was not a successful. I did not know how to blend church and state because they were there to see the guy from TV. They thought they knew me. They still didn't know my name, even though I was,
wow,
video show. Here's Bob Saget, Ernie Anderson. Who will it be? That's the guy that announced. He did the Love Boat narrating.
But you guys you do okay with residuals, right? Like you can't.
Not really.
Really?
Residuals are only if you really own a show. I actually did well with residuals from the Writers Guild of America's Funniest Home Videos because I was a writer on that. So.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, but actors don't, they get very highly paid most of the time up front, and then it goes kind of away.
Really?
Yeah, it goes down to like nothing. But you can buy like manila envelopes and stuff enough to put an 8x10 in it to send it to someone.
So you can't live off the residuals.
I mean, if you live in a habit trail, maybe.
You think the guys from MASH? I mean, that ended in '82. Like, are they living off the residuals?
No, McLean Stevenson is not.
No, neither is Larry Linville. But I mean, what about what if we just pull the two dead guys from MASH out?
I think more of the recent sitcoms they cut deals where they get more of the residuals.
They probably get better deals now.
Syndication and stuff like that. Guys like Ray Romano and Kevin James and Seinfeld.
They owned it. They own their shows.
But Full
they
House.
own it or created?
They created, but that's money. That's ownership money. Okay. I mean, if you're created by, you get a fee every week.
You just missed the cut, kind of. They gave you residuals, but the deals are way better now.
It is better now, but I don't know how much better now it is. The living wage of residuals has gone up, but ownership is ownership. So if you have a deal as an exec producer, it's so boring. People do ask a lot. So
we're not close to Full House coming back. They're just kind of talking about it, trying to figure out if there's something there.
If they came up with a great script
and number.
Yeah, I don't think the number's going to be as much a problem as I just think it has to be not contrived. And we were already doing two-dimensional type of puppet theater for kids to enjoy it with their whole family.
What year
which is the best thing about it.
What year did that go off the air?
Let's see, 90. It started in 87, 8 years, 95.
So, wow, almost 20 years. Well, 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, it's not like when
So when that show ended, you were still very young.
Yes. I had full capability of doing things. But it was interesting because, I don't know, it went away. We could have done it on the CW for another year, and we decided not to. But the cast loved each other, which doesn't often happen in a sitcom, and that's what I think shone through.
Right.
But Star Trek was like 10 years later, and they made a movie, and then they made 8 movies with than they make the miracles that J.J. Abrams makes now. But we didn't have. I thought it'd be good to make a PG movie out of it. You just find Danny, my character's drinking.
Imagine if remember the Brady Bunch, and we had what's his name in
Gary Cole.
Yeah, thank you, Gary Cole, who played Mike Brady.
Gary Cole.
But what they did with the Brady Bunch and really twisted and really messed around with it. If you guys did something like that with Full House, that would work.
That would work. I mean, and that probably wouldn't even be us. It would be actors playing. That's what they did. They played the cast.
True.
But about 5 years ago, I was like, well, we all look good.
Yeah.
I mean, relatively.
You're
holding up, not rotten too bad. Things don't fall off.
Right.
And Stamos has, I have the rights. Make a movie, but I don't think they wanted to. It's not like the Entourage movie coming out.
Wait, he has the rights?
He says he does.
Is there an actor that you would want to play you?
No, I can't think of anybody. Maybe somebody, a movie star past that I really loved. Jimmy Stewart.
Yeah.
I really want Jack Lemmon to play me.
So I guess this isn't happening anytime soon.
And if it does, obviously you and I will be talking because it'll be so over the top public.
Oh, no kidding.
But it would be 9 episodes, and who knows what it would be. And if it happens, it'll be a miracle in television anyway.
Will you give us the scoop at least? We need a scoop. Me and Jimmy need a scoop. Yeah. We need a little action, a little news on this show that the rest of the country will really grab and run with.
If somebody could write a good script and it was very good and touched a lot of levels and yet encapsulated the theme of the last show, which was, hey, in the premise of that show is your mother passed away, but life's going to be okay. We're going to make it. And it didn't do it in a way that was all, small wonder type tone.
Right.
It was done in a way that was relevant and it had a couple more levels to it. It's not that hard to do if you get a good writer writing it.
I like that you're drinking, though. I like it to be a darker adult thing now because times have changed. TV has changed a lot in the last 20 years just because of the shows that are really popular and the language they're using, especially if you do it on Netflix. I would love it to be a darker. That would make people want to watch it, like something really different and dark.
Somebody suggested that I should be like my stand-up character as the father in Full House. I think that's a bit much.
Yeah, you don't have to be that bad, but it should just be like a natural progression. You were this nice, fun guy. Then what happened?
Right.
What did your character do for a living in that?
Well, he started off, most people don't know this, as a sports announcer, but I knew so little about sports, they made me the host of Wake Up San Francisco.
Right. They had to change
so I had... it was like Good Morning New York. I mean, it was that.
Yeah, maybe you were caught on a microphone that was supposed to be you thought was off, saying something, so you were fired from your job and you became unemployable. There's something there.
Yeah,
but don't I look like a guy that would somehow get a job somehow?
Yeah. I mean, in that industry, you were unemployable, so you had to go do something else.
Right.
If we moved from San Francisco, there's no sequel to Full House,
You could stay in San Francisco, but you couldn't do that job because you got caught saying something on the radio.
maybe you were on your cell phone, the mic was still on, you were ordering a hooker to your hotel right after the show, and that got out on the air.
Absolutely.
Screaming the N-word,
While ordering the hooker. While specifying what kind you wanted.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, where's my new job? Yeah.
Well, whatever you think you should do. Maybe you're just having menial jobs because you began drinking. You got depressed that your prostitution.
Menial jobs?
Yeah, little shitty jobs. You got bummed out.
Raised 3 children. It's so hard to raise kids these days.
But they're out of the house now.
They're out of the house.
And you fucked up your dream gig.
Come back. They come back, I think.
Maybe they do, but they're adults. So you got caught. You were fucked up. You had started drinking a little bit. You got fired because you were on the phone ordering a hooker. And you're like, and don't let her have a big cunt like the last one. And it went out over the radio.
Did I get her pregnant?
No, it was just you were fired there. Maybe you wound up moving in with the girl. Maybe something happened.
Would my kids be upset if I got a hooker pregnant?
I think so, sure.
But they're accepting because they know you love her.
And then you got to lay low for like at least 6 months.
Yeah.
The media's looking for you.
So that means I don't have to do the show for 6 months.
Right. So this all happened years ago after Full House. This all happened maybe. How old were the girls when the show ended?
17. And
I didn't know they were that. Okay, cool. So they were kind of like getting into adulthood.
They got their own families, but you have now settled in with the hooker's baby.
And there's
that
no
is
charges
yours
against me from the families.
No. The baby's about 5 or 6 now, and your adult kids come back to make sure you're doing okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're working in like an office or
like
something
a Home
like that.
Depot.
Yeah,
Home
exactly.
Depot.
Like,
You guys
Home
are
Depot.
coming up with the premise of the new Full
and you have a
House
black
series.
girlfriend. Why not? Like, it's something different. It can't just be all white people.
Yeah, that'll
anymore.
bring the black audience.
Nice
in.
black girlfriend.
Right.
Yeah,
Who
Dad got a
abuses
job
you.
at Home Depot. He was bored at home.
Right.
You're making
So-
this sound a lot more attractive to me, actually.
All right.
Yeah, why not? You fucking got thrown off the air. You can't do that anymore. You got a job at Home Depot because you have your drinking problems.
You had a kid
and
with
you've
the
had erection
hooker.
difficulties. Yeah, like
But
the
you
whole
fell in
bunch
love
of
with the
stuff.
hooker, but she's still doing, the hooking because you need a few extra bucks because
Yeah.
Home Depot is not paying you as much as you're worth.
And she'll come in there every once in a while and cause a disturbance at your work.
Right.
Yeah, and like,
And your kids are like, Dad, come on, there's other nice women out there.
Right.
and you're like, I can't help it. I just like when she comes home from work and kisses me deep.
I love that smell of Febreze when it comes home. Well, I think you've solved a lot of problems, so I can't immediately say yes, I'm in.
I think we're onto something though.
I do something.
You got to have a beer belly, I think.
Yeah, that'll be easy.
But they could do that in makeup.
Right, that's
know.
nice of you. Maybe we start the show and my mouth is just covered in sores, and then we see Stamos just strutting around, and then it's a whole different take on the
And you
whole
gotta
thing.
be thinning drastically up top, I think.
Well, why do I have to look so hideous in this version?
Because you've had a tough go at it, but
So
everything is working out though.
Yeah.
You're in love with the hooker and the kid you had together.
Stamos tries to hook him up like on a double date. He's got two hot chicks, and they're like, "What do you do?" He's like, "Well, I work at Home Depot," and you're all excited about your job, and then just like, "Ugh, can we get out of here?"
Yeah.
Fucking guy works at Home Depot.
Yeah, they wanted the
And
San
you're
Francisco
passionate
guy.
about it. You're like, "Oh yeah, I work in the electrical aisle. I can find you anything you need. Your bulbs. Come on in."
And you talk about the common
Just an awful
misconception
date.
people have about electrical outlets and how they're not as dangerous as they used to be. Oh, that could be fascinating.
That
Yeah,
could
the
be a
new
whole
bulbs.
episode.
Yeah.
That could be a whole episode.
But what people loved about the
explaining.
show was that
The outlets.
that it was the impossible. It was a wealthy-ish family. It was the dream scenario for three little
Right.
blonde girls with no mom who looked nothing like their dad.
Right.
So there was an economics attraction to it. So
Well,
if
that's-
I'm all balding and burned out,
You're not
I'm
burned
not
out.
trying to.
Well, you're not
I'm-
going to get people aren't going to watch for the same reason now they used to. So you can't go by what used to work because no one's going to watch it to go, we just need to feel good because that was a different time.
But
and
that was. But I also
Right.
know from talking to them all and from being in the middle of it that they're still diehard fans and they watch it every day now. So if you go and change it and flip it, and all of a sudden I come in and I look like Sean Penn in that. What movie did he have Larry Fine hair in? He was an attorney.
Oh, that was in Carlito's Way.
Yeah.
Right. So I don't want to look like that guy.
Oh, yeah, all
You
right.
should. That was awesome.
I know the movie was awesome, and he
I'd prefer
was awesome.
I'd prefer that you were like him in Milk, but I mean, if you want to,
That would
San Francisco.
That would be more in tone with what Full House was.
And I think in the 9 episodes, he's trying to get his TV job back. And that's the thing.
I like that.
You know what I mean? And
That's
then at
really
the end,
good.
maybe you do get it.
Maybe
but
you get the phone
you're working-
call.
Yeah.
But it goes dark, so now you got to wait for the second season
Yeah.
to see if that phone call worked out. A little
You know what's gonna
cliffhanger
be
for
upsetting?
everybody.
Jim's going to be sitting at home. New pilot of Full House come on the air. All of a sudden, he'll get created by credit.
Right.
I go, how'd that happen?
but I want to see it different.
Happened right here.
Because people will watch it. I think you want to, especially in the competition now with Game of Thrones and all these amazing shows that are on TV. And Netflix does House of what's it with the Kevin Spacey?
House of Cards.
They do some really good stuff, and you want to really come out and fucking do something no one's expecting. I think
But does
it's
he do a
great.
nude scene, Bob?
Why not?
You might have to, especially Netflix. You might have to do a
Well,
full
show your
frontal.
cheeks.
Gabe
I mean-
Coulier had that thing called Mr. Woodchuck. So I was a puppet. So that would be kind of like a, I could let that thing fool around with me. If they walked in and I was doing stuff to the puppet, it'd be like a Jeff Dunham kind of thing. 'Cause
Does he
that's-
want to do it, Coulier?
I think so. I haven't talked to anybody. I talked to Stamos just because our texting seems to work.
Well, I think you guys are overthinking it. I think you got to get down and dirty with this thing.
Well, you don't
Really
want to
just blow it up.
You don't want to go back in time to the way your show used to be.
Right.
This
Right.
is-
That's what I'm saying. You try to move forward. So it's time to move forward.
Does Bob date one of his daughter's friends?
No, I can't do. That's the Entourage
but-
movie that I did.
Yeah, but that means we're blowing off the whole hooker angle with the kid.
Well, look, he's not actually. The hooker's not living with him. He has to deal with her.
Oh, I thought they fell in love.
Well,
Maybe he doesn't know she's a
Dating one
hooker.
of your daughter's friends is actually more real and more of a problem.
Yeah,
in,
one of our male friends.
in America. Yeah. There's a little Yankee Doodle boy on the show. He would sing and dance. All these ideas are great, honestly. You guys,
That's why we're here for you, Bob.
yeah,
You know that.
I mean, this is
we
more
got
than
your
a
back.
pitch meeting. This is
We
the
got your back.
destruction of an entire annuity.
Because I think if you go back and do Full House like everyone knew it to be, I think you might have a problem with that.
Yeah, I can't do
I think you got to like kind of flip it a little bit. All kidding aside.
Yes, you can't have the same tone of shows that don't exist anymore.
Maybe you're living with one of them because you've fallen on hard times. You know,
I don't like falling in hard times as I get older in a remake of a show I did 30 years ago. Want to come in the show? You want to be like my next neighbor?
yes, I do. Yes, I do.
You'd be
Bob.
great on the show.
Thank you. I
You'd
certainly
come
would
in.
be.
I'd ask all the kids to leave.
Yeah, it's him again. I'd always be hanging notices up on doors. Have you ever seen?
No, Jim's part would be being with the hooker that you're kind of still in love with, and he's one of the Johns.
Yeah.
He wouldn't even have to research that, do anything, one
Nothing.
take.
He'd just do it. We tell him what he's doing, and then
Write his own scene.
And then he would be thrown when I would be angry because I was jealous because I cared about her and I had a kid with her, and so Jim would be like, "What? I didn't do anything.
I treat her good.
Yeah.
I just lick her feet.
but that's my woman."
Yeah, I
And,
know
Jim,
that.
and Jim doesn't use a condom,
I refuse.
too, and that bothers you.
I refuse. I'm trying to get her
Yeah,
pregnant.
my character, if I recall, this Danny character was very anal retentive in the positive terms of the word, and he would use a condom. So,
Okay.
you coming into my house without a condom is that just can't happen.
And that's why she likes me because I raw dog her. She kind of likes that. She likes that I
likes
fucking
that.
bareback her.
Now, let me ask you: how do you transfer this information to the audience? Do you have it in closed caption? These kind of. I mean, because these are you can't raw dog her. You can't do that if you're
I'll
on
tell you how.
Netflix and people are trying to get 12-year-olds. 12-year-olds watching
We're talking.
TV.
Me and the hooker are talking.
Can't
Me and it's like the old sitcoms. Me and the hooker are talking, and she was like, I can't wait till you come over and raw dog me, Daddy." Maybe she's on the phone, and you're hiding in the closet, and she walks out of the room, and you look out of the closet door, and the audience goes, "Oh!" Remember the old sitcoms how somebody would peek
Yeah.
out, and you realize they overheard it, and then you go to commercial. No commercial in Netflix.
So we have to deal with it at some point. Don't my kids know that you're having sex with my hooker?
Sure they do. Everyone does it. Everyone knows.
You're not appreciative, Bob.
No,
These
I
are
am.
very good ideas, man.
No, I am appreciative of the ideas.
You're
My
kind of
problem is I
insulting
have
us, I
the
think.
no.
But that's
I-
showing your sensitive side, Bob, that
Yeah,
you still
Bob.
care about the mother of your child, even though she's hooking.
That's right.
Well, the last mother on the show though passed away, so I do have memories of her. So maybe there's a. I'm appreciating all of your
Okay,
ideas.
I
What
hope
happens
so.
is it's sensitive to me because that show means
The world to you?
everything to me. So
Would it be better if Jim wore a condom in the scene? Would you be able to take it easier? That he actually wore protection.
actually,
so
yes,
wasn't that
he
as
would-
personal?
Yes, because
Would you
that's-
wear a condom, Jimmy?
Jim, would you wear?
I think that's.
if I had to,
if it was
but-
written in the
with my-
scene.
with
Yeah.
my character's
Yeah.
hooker.
Yeah. Well, it'd be funny if she made me wear a condom, and she let me go without a condom, and I gave her something. That would be even better because she's a hooker. And she
Gave her
gets-
something with the condom.
No, without it.
Oh, you
like I
so-
finally convinced her to do it. I threw her like an extra 30 or a pack of Cools,
Right.
And she fucking.
We're trying to get past the roadblock, though. I think Bob needs you to wear a condom.
How about this? If it's a big scene, I mean, I'm talking the third act. It's the thing that's the height of the whole episode. It's the act breaker. You are using a condom because we had a discussion. So there's a side to it. You and I talk. I say, "This is my woman. You know, I love her. I mean, the kids know of her. You know, we're had a. Do we have a baby yet, or do we?
Yeah, you have the baby. It's about yeah.
Okay, so we got the baby, and you're gonna violate my love with this woman.
That's right.
And I have to understand. I have to figure out how to get through it.
It's a business thing.
Yeah, it's business.
Yeah, it's work.
Because it's her work.
Sure.
Okay.
Because you're not making much money at Home Depot. We figured
I'm
that
not
much
doing
out.
well.
already.
No, the gigs aren't going good.
Right.
So what I think has to happen is you're in the closet with her, which you had suggested, I believe.
No, I suggested you were in the closet and you overheard something.
Okay, maybe your best ideas come out of someone else pitching. I think you and her are fucking in the closet with a condom because this is Netflix and little kids could watch this. And then all of a sudden, the entire cast, everybody, I go in the closet to get my coat. Everybody sees it. Everybody sees what you're doing.
I like that.
And then I say something like, oh my God. And then one of the kids goes, well, at least he's using a condom.
I like that a lot.
And that's your act break. That's where you go.
You get a nice laugh out of it, right?
Then you cut to the outside of the Full House house.
I like that. I like that.
That is episode 1.
And there's a gentleman next to the broadcast device trying to pull it out of the wall with his foot.
Well, I hope you think about it, Bob. I think we got some things done here for you.
You opened me up in ways that I didn't expect.
Now we just got to get money for you.
Yeah. It's got to pay a lot, and I got to play a complete loser.
Right. Are you in the Entourage movie?
I have a thing in that.
Good for you.
I was happy to do that thing.
A lot of excitement over that movie.
I actually think it could be good. I was there. It was very funny what they were doing. I don't want to give it away because it's not that much footage, but I kind of do a bookend to the first time I was on the show. I was like, hey, you can live next door. I walked into the house of all the all the guys on Entourage with a Full House DVD set. And my whole thing was, don't you fuck my daughters. That was like what I was saying, and being all friendly, neighbor-like,
right,
in that tone. And this is kind of it's a bookend to that. It kind of seals that beautiful thing.
Story arc.
Yeah.
Okay.
That story arc is closed.
Nice. Let me say hi to Dan in Binghamton. Dan, we got Bob Saget in studio. What's up?
Hey, Bob. I wanted to know if you caught the awful Justin Bieber roast, and if you could compare it to the fucking gem of a roast that you had. I think it was the best roast in the modern era for sure.
Well, I'm not gonna argue the fact that Bob Saget probably did have the best roast, but I didn't think the Bieber roast was that bad.
Dude, there were more fucking rappers than comedians, and they had no delivery. And when Martha Stewart steals the show, like, come on, man.
Well, Cloris Leachman kind of stole Bob. She was amazing. Cloris Leachman, how great was she?
Yep. And it was the same beat. It's the same thing as what Martha Stewart said, because hers was about getting laid a lot, and Cloris Leachman's was, I came here to fuck John Stamos. So, I mean, they just take the old formulas, and they're a lot older than that. They're from the roasts from, I guess, 1900s when showbiz people did them. Well, first, thanks for your compliment. And second, anything that makes different there's so many different kinds of audiences. There's so many people that like their comedy so dirty and rough, and others that just like it. Hey, I like that they're friends, and others like, oh, I love that they hate each other. Oh, what a douchebag that guy is. So for that reason, I mean, the Bieber thing was watchable. I laughed a few times out loud. I mean, saying that
there was no Norm Macdonald equivalent, though.
No. There's always, and Norm's one of the funniest people alive. So I mean, but I didn't dislike it. There wasn't as much love as there was in a dais of people that actually love each other. I mean, my people, and James Franco's roast had a lot of people that loved each other. They just are friends,
right?
So this wasn't as many friends. It was like, let's really get it down and fuck up with, get all fucked up with this. Jim, you've done a ton of them.
No, I've done them. The only one Comedy Central ever put me on was yours, and that was because you requested me, which I love you for. I did Gene Simmons, and of course, Zach Wilde, which I enjoyed.
Terry Bradshaw recently.
Oh, yeah, Bradshaw, I forgot that one, and I enjoy doing them.
Yeah. All right, Dan, thanks for the call, buddy.
Was there anything, Bob, any jokes that really bothered you from your roast that really hit home that you thought about later, like, holy shit?
Well, I didn't like all the stuff they knew it going in. I didn't want to do stuff about the kids on the show. I just didn't like that. But that's to be expected.
Sure, had to happen.
Famous people on a show, right. Bob doesn't want to discuss them. That's like going into a skin doctor's office and you're just covered in fungus. It's a really good metaphor.
Yeah. You were really a father figure to a lot of those kids, though, during those years with the show.
I love those kids.
Yeah, I know. Oh, we've talked about it over the years. You're very protective.
It's crazy.
Because we even try to go down that road a little bit, and I learned early on with my friendship with Bob Saget, okay, if you want to be friends with this guy, maybe lay off that shit.
How old are the Austins now? They're
like 30.
Okay, that's enough questions, Jim.
What were they like?
They got to be 30 by now.
33 maybe?
They are 28.
28. Doing well, too.
They're wonderful. Their design now is the #1 ladies' fashion in like Barney's and a lot of stores. Bigger.
They make a
stores
lot of
than
money,
that.
right? Still,
they knew how to market
very,
themselves.
Very talented, and they make great clothes.
Remember they were.
I'm wearing them under these clothes.
Remember they made those DVDs.
Yep.
At first, they just knew how to market.
They were solving crimes.
They would come up with these like little 20, 30-minute DVDs, and they just, wow, did they sell?
What were they about?
Just like he said, like all of a sudden, I didn't. I swear, I never watched
That's
it.
all right, man.
But it was like, yeah, they're fighting some kind of crime.
Sounds
or
like
whatever.
you did.
The Olsen's fight crime. Nothing wrong with that.
You were single then.
I was watching
watching it alone.
Okay. Oh, you want to go there? I'll go there.
Well, they had raincoats on in them, and they would go around.
They were detectives or something.
They were detectives.
Yeah,
they would
see?
solve crimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds like you watched it.
That's right. You were a fan.
Yeah. No, I wasn't a fan.
That's all right.
Did you watch Small Wonder?
It was in
The
between.
Robot
It was in
Girl?
between girlfriends for you. It's okay.
Yeah, you were checking them out, solving some crimes.
Yeah.
You want to be a little crime fighter.
There's the missing taffy.
How much is that doll? We're looking at a Danny Tanner doll on eBay.
1992.
That's open too. I want
It's
one
gone up.
One in the package.
$30. Well, they're asking for 30.
Well, that one is an unusual one. That one is self-lubing.
I like the bulge in the doll.
Yeah.
Bob.
Yeah, it's in the back though.
These dolls don't sell
Again,
for
I had no part of this merchandising.
go to Full House. Look up Full House, then go highest to lowest price wise.
Yeah, they got nothing.
See what the highest price.
The Uncle Jesse
Jesse.
dolls are very expensive.
$140 or best offer.
Why?
They're in a package though.
The mullet is his actual hair.
Oh, it's actually.
But you got to haul that stuff around for 20 years just to get maybe 140, 150 bucks. The hell?
Yeah, there's the whole family. There's Uncle Jesse rocking with the guitar.
Oh, that's cool. Rock
Doesn't even
Doesn't
look like him.
though. But
They figured out that technology over the years.
How much are they?
Is that supposed to be? That was supposed to be you, Bob?
Doesn't look like you.
yeah, it looked
The
like
Full House set where it's
Anson Williams.
Bob Saget and 3 of the kids, and that doesn't look anywhere.
No, I know.
No one looks like
Where's
themselves.
Dave Coulier? How come he's in the doll?
He's in a separate thing. I don't know what they did with him.
How much
he's
for the whole
there.
set? I want the whole fucking set.
You're
What
shouting.
are you gonna do with it?
Just look at it. Hold it up. Display it in my home.
You gonna play with it?
No, leave it in the box.
You won't even like lay it out on your.
No, you leave it in the
on your
box.
desk?
Well, you got a second one, so you can play with it and leave the other one in
Absolutely
the box.
not. No, everyone will be saved for resale at a later date.
Maybe you can get a plastic Barbie hot tub and put them all in it.
That'd be nice.
Who's that
Is
supposed
Coulier?
to be?
No way, that's Uncle Jesse.
What?
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow, they just didn't know how to fucking make it look like
Yeah,
the
it
real
doesn't-
people.
Yeah.
They also didn't know how to make pants, so everybody's got pants like Rosie O'Donnell.
Right. Listen, we got to take a break. You sticking around?
Yeah. I love being here.
You know Ron White?
I love Ron White.
He's coming in.
Good.
With, I believe, Vic Henley. So
Cool.
we have another crowded room today. Bob Saget's going to be all over the place. Where's your plug sheet again? So you got Thursday night, Best Buy Theater in New York City.
Yeah.
Then Friday, the old Westbury Music Fair, whatever they used to call it. It's now the NYCB Theater at Westbury for Friday. Saturday, Theater of the Living Arts in Philly. And then Sunday, Sands Event Center in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Perfect.
Thank you. I'll have gigs next year. I'll send them to you later.
Yeah, all right. And Florentine's got gigs coming up at Uncle Vinny's next week.
Yeah, and then Morty's in Indianapolis, April 29th, and Wiley's in Dayton, Ohio, April 30th through May 2nd, and Side Splitters in Tampa in May.
Nice.
Just Rochester at the end of the month, Borgata over the summer. Just go to my website.
Okay, we got Ron White next. Stay there.
More with Opie and Jim after this. We're back with Opie and Jim.
What a room. Jim Florentine, Jim Norton, Bob Saget, Vic Henley, and now Ron White. Good morning, Ron White.
Morning.
Welcome back. I know you don't like getting up early, that's for sure.
You know what? We slept on the other side of the river there, and
in Jersey,
and I couldn't sleep all night long, and my bus wasn't even moving, and I just flopped all night long. And that bed is so comfortable, and I was sitting there laying in bed, going, "Did I drink some tea?" And I didn't. I had Bloody Marys for lunch. I had wine and tequila for dinner, and I'm like, "Why am I not sleeping like a baby?" But right now, I could crawl on this and sleep. I could use this can as a pillow and crash. So,
was there any food, or was it all alcohol? Was it Bloody Mary for lunch? Really? Was there any?
Oh no! I mean, I had a meal with it. And,
There's one Bloody Mary.
Yeah,
I was there the whole time.
You might maybe some sugar. Did you do a little dessert?
I did.
There you go. That's what it was.
Oh, yeah. It was a churro.
Churro s'mores, melted marshmallow, chocolate, Applebee's.
You took a fried cinnamon sugar stick and dipped it into a marshmallow chocolate sauce.
That's what it was.
Well, that's why you didn't sleep, Ron.
How was it?
When you get older, that sugar shit will keep you awake.
I didn't even think about that.
Well, of course.
It was good.
Yeah, and I didn't get hammered intentionally. I'm like, well, I'd like to be not completely brain dead, you know, for the nationally syndicated radio program.
Wow, you thought of us. Thank you.
Yeah,
I appreciate that.
And then I stayed up all night on my churro buzz.
You had a sugar high.
Yeah.
Can you put air conditioning on the bus when it's not running?
Yeah.
Oh, you can. Okay.
Yeah, it has a generator.
You really like that bus, huh?
Well, it's not like, the option or the alternative is to not have it and do 125 cities a year and
with a hotel and all that crap.
Right, and
Do you jump into some hotels along the way?
I really don't.
I've been with him, and his wife has gotten off the bus and gone in and taken the hotel room, and he has stayed on the bus.
No
in
kidding.
the back of the bus.
You got a big suite in the back.
It is. It's nice.
With
It's
a bed
really,
and all
really
that stuff.
nice.
It's not just you're not sleeping in a little bunk like a coffin.
No, they are.
They are.
Right, yeah, we're stacked up like cordwood.
I've done those tours. Yeah.
Oh, you're on the bus with Ron?
Sometimes, yeah. Occasionally, he gives me the
And
hotel
you just get a
room.
shitty little bunk.
Well, when you're moving, I'm in there. Yeah, I'm right in the middle. I like the middle, but it's got its own. It's a good little cubicle.
Can you sleep while it's moving?
I can. Yeah, I can sleep anywhere.
It's actually easier to sleep in the bunks than it is because they're in the middle of the bus. I'm over that back axle. And so in the middle of the bus, that's where it's really even.
Right. Yeah, he's got it tough back there.
And in a bunks, you got to sleep. You got to sleep.
I'm not trading with anybody, so it's not that much better. But it's.
When he was single, the back of the bus was known as Tater's Fuck Pit.
Yeah. But now that I'm married, it's not.
It's not. That's a long time
It's
ago.
Tater's Jack Pit.
Were there decals that had to get changed?
Yeah, there were bumper stickers that had to change.
Do you love it?
New T-shirts.
Do you love doing that tour like that with a bus? It would drive me crazy. But
I mean, you know what?
I'm nuts.
I'm always going to do. I mean, until nobody wants to do it anymore, nobody wants to come see it anymore.
Oh no, I was going to come and see it, but I just meant, do you like going like that?
Going that hard?
Yeah.
I do, because in 15 minutes nobody's going to give a fuck. So the bus, we travel at night. And so I can do my show, come off stage. I always have a dear friend opening for me because all my friends are comics. And another really good friend of 30 years doing my VIP stuff. And, you know, we like to party. So we get on the bus, and Pat, my bus driver, drives at night. And so I walk off the stage, hang up my suit. I can wear the same suit for a year. I don't even sit down in it. And, great. And, so we get what we call bus fucked up, is what it's called. And that's where you try to stay sober enough to make it back to your bunk, which is not very sober at all. And there have been a couple of nights that I didn't make it. And there were photographs of me not making it 30 feet.
Do you guys ever have a night where you just say, fuck it, we're not going to party and just chill out after a show?
Yeah, that was last night.
Yeah.
And with just a couple of bottles of wine and some tequila.
You guys played last night?
Oh, yeah. We were in Kingston, New York last night. We did a 7 o'clock show, sold it out, and he had a meet and greet, and then we headed to the city. We went to Applebee's afterwards.
Kingston, they got some choices there.
Right. Let me just say, it was way better than Saturday night in Albany when an incident occurred in a restaurant that I'm happy has not showed up on YouTube yet.
Yeah.
What was the incident?
Nasty.
The little fist fight. The old school fist fight.
With you?
Yeah. Right. In a nice-ass tablecloth Italian restaurant and all. Tables flipped over, broken glass. I missed it. I got up and walked away for 9 seconds and was on the cell phone talking to somebody and turned around and went, oh, my fucking God, Ron's punching somebody.
What happened? Some guy from AA come up to you?
Yeah, don't be spreading that crap on me, dude. I'm probably going to get sued, but...
sorry.
It's 11 o'clock. We ate at 1, so I hadn't had anything to eat in 9 hours. And so my crew, the 4 of us are sitting down to eat dinner. We have our appetizers. And this chick walks over, and I'm at an L-shaped booth with 2 chairs. So she sits down right by me. Now, normally, I would have just shoot her off because she's interrupting our dinner, and I think that's rude.
Right.
But her friend does stand up in New York, and she said that earlier, and Vic knew her. And so he said, well, send her a text saying that you're with me. So now she has a reason to stay there for a little bit. And so she does. And then she gets up and and leave. Oh, no, while she's there, another guy comes up and asks me if I'll do a picture with him. Well, I know what's about to start, and I can't eat if I start doing photos. And so I say no. Now, I don't know any of these people, right? I don't know them from Adam.
Was he with her or no? He was just a random guy.
We didn't know. We found out later.
Yeah,
we didn't know.
I didn't know.
Jealous,
turns out it was her boyfriend's son, but I didn't know that.
Okay, boyfriend's son.
So she comes back and with her sister on the phone, right?
Yeah,
and
hands the phone to me, which made me get up and walk away. And I'm like, hey, I knew her from working with her at Gotham. I'm like, you're not going to believe this. Your sister's here bothering us. But
so you walk away to take the phone call.
Take the phone call and try to give the phone back to her sister.